cutting every contact possible with them, no call, no visit, no thing like that, except his presence is kind of physically threatening to the mental and physical health of your child. Then if that is not the case, my dear women, listen to me now. It's very important that you separate your divorce or your breakup from your child. I always say this: the fact that your relationship with your ex-man or your ex-husband didn't work doesn't mean that he ceased to be the father of his child. Hello, favorite, welcome back to another video. It's word leaning over. I'm trying to learn how to do a podcast kind of video. So, right, God. The Lord is my strength. I can do everything through Christ who strengthens me. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video. So today's video, we're going to be talking about mistakes that most women do after a breakup or after a divorce. And these are some of the things that is making you not to prosper, not to move forward. Okay. So hi, if you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Doris. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a faith-based creator, and most importantly, I'm that Christian woman that has decided to serve God sincerely and in freedom. So on this channel, we do faith, lifestyle, and empowerment video just like this one, where we get to chat about topics and things that's going to help us to live a Christian life, but yet in freedom, so we can enjoy our family and everything that has to do with our life here on earth. Okay. So in today's video, I want to be chatting about some of the things that women do after a breakup or after a divorce that doesn't work good for them, that tends to hold them in a place of hurt and in a place of brokenness for a very long time. And as such, they don't heal as fast as possible. Yes, I understand that after a breakup, after a divorce, most especially, it's very difficult because this is a relationship that you have put in so much into it. You've put in your time, you've put in your energy, you've put in your money, you've do your best to make it work. And if after 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, it breaks, it hurts. Yeah. It hurts a lot. Let nobody lie. So the first thing to do is not to try to prove that you're strong. It's not to try to prove like, okay, you're unbothered, because deep inside of you, you're hurt. So don't try to be strong. Cry if you means you should have to cry. Mourn, weep. Take as long as you want. But one thing for sure is that you should have at the back of your mind that you're not going to stay in a mourning position. You're going to get off that. So don't build a fence of, how I call it, don't build a strong fence like you're that superwoman, you're not moved, you're not bothered, you're gonna move on, because no, except you didn't contribute in that relationship, except you were in that relationship just physically, it doesn't hurt you. But for a normal regular relationship where you were in head, leg, every part of you was in, it will hurt. And so it's okay to mourn, it's okay to weep, it's okay to cry, it's okay to go through all that hurt. Okay, so don't think that you want to pull on a strong face and stuff like that. Thing number 2 not to do is not to create a pretty party around the situation. As much as you're allowed to mourn, but don't make it sound like because your relationship is broken, you no longer exist. Don't make it sound like because your relationship it's broken or your marriage is broken, you can no longer survive, you can no longer breathe, you can no longer exist, like everything about you has come to an end. That's not good, because it keeps you in a place of pain, it keeps you in a place of brokenness, and there is no way you can forge ahead if you are not being strong for yourself, if you are not seeking healing. Okay. The third thing that I feel that most women do after a breakup that is so wrong is going out for revenge, creating enmity between you and this person. Now, except the breakup was one that was brutal, maybe domestic violence and fights here and there, okay? Except even at that, you might choose not to have any form of contact with this person, but inside of you, don't create a place of an enemy zone for this person. Yes, I don't want to talk to you. Yes, because talking to you may make me to get angry, or talking to you might bring back memories, but then forgive from inside of you. Don't create an enemy zone for this person in you, because that's you creating space in your life to continuously hurt yourself, you know. Meanwhile, the person you're doing that for does not even have your time. Probably that person has moved on with their life. Probably that person is living their life happily, but here you are trying to create an enemy zone and trying to look for means of which to revenge. Most often when women break up from the relationship, they are looking on how they can prove to their ex that they can be better than them. They are looking for the next man to date that is probably more handsome, more richer, or more put together than their ex. So in this case, you're living a shadow. You're living in the shadow of your pain, because you haven't learned your lesson for real. You're still continuing the same path. You're trying to please your ex and not pleasing yourself. So that's some of the mistakes. Don't come out of a broken relationship and try to lay down strategies and plan of how you're going to make your ex pay, how you're going to show to your ex that you can be better. No, do those things for yourself. Okay, so I had to check the audio there. So do those things for yourself. Okay, the next mistake that I feel that most women make, and this is for people that have children here, it's very important that you separate your child or your children from your divorce. Again, this is still in line of revenge. You want to pay your partner back, and this is mostly the case of women. If your spouse or your ex doesn't pose any physical or mental threat to your child, you don't have to use your child as a tool to revenge. In other words, some women will be like, you will not see your children, I will show you Pepe. So like I was saying, separate your children from your divorce, separate your child from your divorce, because I feel like most mistakes that women do, they feel like, okay, we have children, I'm going to pain him, I'm going to punish him by stopping him from seeing the kids, by making the children not to see him, cutting every contact possible with them, no call, no visit, no thing like that, except his presence is kind of physically threatening to the mental and physical health of your child. Then if that is not the case, my dear women, listen to me now. It's very important that you separate your divorce or your breakup from your child. I always say this: the fact that your relationship with your ex-man or your ex-husband didn't work doesn't mean that he ceased to be the father of his child. So women will be like, the father is not taking care, he's not financially supportive and all of that. It still doesn't change the fact that he is the father of his child. If he's not financially responsible, that doesn't stop him from seeing his child. If he's not supporting you financially, that doesn't stop him from spending time with his child. So I feel that's a mistake that most women do. They are unable to separate their children or their child from a divorce setting or from a breakup setting, because you're not doing yourself any good and you're not doing your child any good as well. If you are intentionally stopping your children from getting in contact with their father because you think you want to punish them, you're being a bad mom. I'm sorry. And you're being a very selfish mom, because you don't care about your children. You care about yourself. You care about your revenge. And your children will someday blame you for what you're doing. They won't care to understand what happened between you and their father. All they'll remember is that you stopped them from seeing their dad because of the problem you have. So it's very important for you to move on, for you to heal, for you to have find yourself back. It's very important to do this, to separate your child from your divorce, separate the children from there. These are some of the mistakes we make that I wish we can correct it from today. Okay, what else let me talk about? Let me see. Okay, another mistake that most women do after a breakup is the blame game. How do I put it? Is the blame game in the sense that they take no single responsibility for whatever happened that their marriage broke. See, for a marriage to break, it takes two to make a marriage work, and it takes two to make a marriage break. Even if it means that you had to endure for a very long time and you got your elastic limit, you also played a role, because this is how it works. Imagine that you're married to a guy and you know that this guy is verbally abusive or this guy is physically abusive. You knew that from day one, but yet you went into that relationship with the intention of changing this man. And when you get in there, there is no sign of changing. This is what you did. This is where you have to take a responsibility for. You have to take a responsibility for the fact that you gave him the right to treat you the way he treated you. Yes, he treated you badly. Yes, he didn't respect you. Yes, he hurt you. But who gave him the right to do so? It's you. So when you come out of that relationship, when you are telling your story, if you feel like you have to tell your story, don't settle for the don't blame him for everything, because when you are blaming the other party, that you don't get to learn, you don't get to pick up the lessons from where you're coming from. And if you cannot pick up the lessons from where you're coming from, how would you be able to make amends? How will you be able to make your next relationship better? So it's always good to look deep into the situation, look at where you were at fault as well, and then pick up your lessons from there and try to make your life better. Don't go and say, oh, he's a monster, oh, he did this, but you also played a role in it. Okay, you also played a role, so it's always good for us to balance. Blame game will not help us. Blame game will keep us in a place of a pity bag. It's going to make people to show you pity, and pity is the last thing you need for someone who is coming from a broken relationship. So those are some of the things that I feel that women do after a breakup or after a divorce that is not working for them. You feel that you're doing these things to feel better, but instead this thing is keeping you longer in a place of pain, in a place of revenge. It's very important to let go, and if you want to let go, you have to stop doing these things that we have discussed below. So we've come to the end of this video. Let me know in the comment section, what are some of the things that you think that divorced women or women from a broken relationship do that they really need to stop if they need to get healing. So thank you so much for listening to this episode, and I'll see you in my next one. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Remember, God loves you and you're God's favorite.